Fishing for Life is a charitable organisation set up for people suffering, recovering and living with breast cancer, and this is our story.
I heard about Fishing for Life from an article in a magazine in Force, a cancer support charity at Exeter Hospital, and I was just starting my treatment then for breast cancer, and I'd always wanted to do fly fishing, and this seemed like a brilliant opportunity.
We start most of our ladies off from scratch, so they come along with no fishing skills whatsoever, and the first couple of times sessions we might take them on the grass, teach them how to cast, and then after that the coaches will take them either down onto the bank or out in a boat and hopefully catch a fish.
And you go out down to the bank and they teach you how to fly fish into water itself, and you go on a boat, and then the first time you catch a fish is the most exciting moment. It's like, oh! So it's really, really good fun.
We try and match our ladies to individual coaches so that coaches can take them off and help them with their fishing. They're all qualified coaches, and so we know that they're going to help the ladies develop good casting skills.
Sometimes you feel that the fishing is really just an excuse for a get-together, but the fishing itself brings satisfaction. As you know, those that have problems with breast cancer also often have lymph glands removed, and lymph glands, apart from other jobs, it also regulates fluid in whichever limb's affected, usually in this case right or left arm. So the first thing that you should do when you have fluid retention is to raise that limb upwards, and then if you flex the muscles of it, then that also helps circulate the fluid, and that's exactly what fly fishing does, which is why it's so good for those with breast cancer. And it also obviously helps recovery of any scar tissue, any wounds and things like that.
When we were undergoing our treatment, it gave you something else to think about, because it's obviously a very traumatic time. And as I say, all the girls here, but we're all in the same boat, and we just give ourselves support.
In the summer we tend to concentrate on the actual casting skills. In the winter we spend time with the ladies tying flies so that they can take them and use them when they're fishing. We practice doing the knots, which are one of the most important parts of being able to fish, is to get your knots right. We look at the life cycle of the trout, and we look at various insects and do a bit of work on entomology as well.
It's been absolutely brilliant, because twice a month I get together with other ladies going through treatment, or most of us are still on tumour suppressant drugs, and so we have a chance to chat about side effects and how we're feeling. But most of the time we just fish and laugh, and we eat, we have lovely food, and the coaches are brilliant and give their time for free.
Yes, the ladies meet a lot of other ladies that have had the same problems, and some men. We do have men with breast cancer come along. It's very social to start with, then they go off fishing with their individual coaches, which is again a social thing, and then after that we provide them with a lunch when they can all get together. Sometimes breast cancer's mentioned, sometimes it's not mentioned at all. They're talking about the fishing, especially if they've caught a fish.
So when you're out fishing but you're with people who maybe are 2 years, 1 year further ahead than myself, that's really encouraging. So it's a support and an encouragement. And it's just a great group, very friendly.
It's a social thing as well. It's about getting together and having a chat as well as producing the flies.
Because it's not just the person who's had the cancer, it's the whole family that suffer, and we try to spread a little bit of help to them as well.
It's nice meeting people who have been through the same thing. You don't tend to discuss having been through the treatment, but you just understand, and if someone isn't feeling great one day, you know what it is all about, and you do know you can talk to people if you want to, but it's very, very relaxed, and the coaches are all so nice and so helpful, and you do actually feel yourself improving very, very quickly. And in fact, if you don't like fishing, it's just sometimes quite nice to just come up and make sure you're outside in a bit of fresh air and sunshine.
We've got the equipment which we've been able to buy through grants, so we loan them the equipment when they come here. All you need to do to join is ring me up, email me, come along, we have a chat, it's all free. All you have to do is take a waterproof coat, welly boots, and each of the groups do refreshments after the sessions.
So, of all the horrible things that come out from a cancer diagnosis, I think the best thing really has been fishing for life.